everybody. My name is Linda Barrett. I'm the President and CEO of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, and I welcome you to our first Young Entrepreneur Academy Investor Panel event. This has been a wonderful program. We started back in October, working with 24 students. Tonight we have 11 students participating in the program, and they're actually going to present to you 8 different businesses, and we have 8 panelists here who will be introduced to you shortly. I want to thank the principal of Staten Island Tech, Mark Irwine, for hosting us this evening, and I also want to thank I also would like to thank Frank Mazza and his team for taking care of all the technical things that we need for this evening. Before we get started also, I do want to recognize, I don't believe he's here, but Gary Giordano from Susan Wagner High School, the principal there, they offered us their school as the host school for this program, so we've been working out of their school the entire year, so I just want to acknowledge all of the assistance that they have provided us. And we also have Dr. Robert Maricina from Tottenville High School here today. So without further ado, what I want to do is introduce you to our presenting sponsor, which is TD Bank. Without TD Bank, we wouldn't be where we are today with this program. They gave us the money to basically get started, along with Councilman Rosinato. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Joe Doolin.
Thank you, Linda. I got to tell you how great it is to be here tonight. We at TD get an opportunity to be in the community a lot. Part of our strategy, we support the communities that we operate in, including financial grants. But in addition to that, we roll up our sleeves and we really try to move initiatives further. And I can't really think of a cooler initiative than to work with such brilliant young men and women that we're going to hear from tonight and that I've had the opportunity to get to know. It's just such an impressive thing, and have such proud families here joining us. So, you know, when Linda was talking about this opportunity, it was just a great fit for TD Bank. And I'm so proud to be here sponsoring this event and partnering with the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce. So we're looking forward to a great night. Hope you enjoy the evening, and I'll turn it back over to Linda.
As mentioned, without the help of the business partners we have on this venture, we wouldn't be able to be here tonight and putting this program on. So I want to acknowledge a lot of people that have been involved from the start. As I mentioned, we started in October. So we actually have scholarship sponsors who are Frank Wilkinson from Rab's Country Lanes. We also have Chad and Daniel Reyes, who are here tonight from Wealth and Legacy Group. And we have Con Edison, Mark Irving from Con Edison. In addition to that, you'll meet our investor panels. They're right here in the front, the 8 of you, but you'll get personal introductions from Anthony Pascal from New York One, who's joining us tonight as well. We also, I really want to thank the instructors. They put in 10 weeks, 3 hours a week of their time. That's Katia Gordon of Con Edison, Chad Reyes of the Wealth and Legacy Group, and last but not least, Corey Shifter, who's actually starting as our instructor for the last 10 weeks, starting next week. We also, as part of this program, brought mentors into the program. So we had a number of different businesses, as you can see on the screen, that participated. Alex Federico from Coastal Plumbing, Tom Scarangello from Scarin, Danielle Bouchel from Millennium Medical Building, Frank Wilkinson from Rab's Country Lanes, Keith Dorn from the Staten Island Advance, Evelyn Rogers from A Taste of Honey, Mary Ann Piazza from Majestic Vending, and Lana Ruggiero Seidman, who also is here from Gregg Mechanical. A lot of you are here, so please stand up because I want to acknowledge all of the hard work that you did in helping the students. Oh, and Anthony Carroll from Point Vantage. I apologize, Anthony. As part of the introduction to the business community as well, we did some site visits. So we visited the Staten Island Yankees, we visited Applebee's. Last week we visited A.F. Bennett. Frank Bennett was absolutely wonderful and inspirational for the children. And we have, in 2 weeks, we're visiting the New York One studios in Manhattan with the kids, and we're also visiting the county clerk's office. So I'd like to acknowledge all of our field trip sponsors. And last but not least, 2 people who did a lot of work on the program, Charlie DiBartolo from Better BizWorks, who created all of the students' websites, and Debbie Sermonak from Ivy Branding, who created all of the logos, which we'll see during the presentations. And then we have a number of guest speakers. I'm not going to name everybody, but we had everybody from every aspect of the business community that came in and helped the children learn about marketing, learn about accounting, learn about how to put this business plan together from soup to nuts. And they really spent a lot of time with the group. The Small Business Development Center at the College of Staten Island for all of their work in reviewing all of the business plans. Can't thank you enough for that. Also want to thank, we have representatives from the Chamber, has a young professionals group here who actually interviewed the students in the beginning to select the students. So we have good representation from almost every high school on Staten Island as part of this program. You know, and as Joe Doolin alluded to, I mean, it really has been such a ride. You guys have put so much work into this program. We're so proud of you. From day one when they came in, you know, kind of work on what idea you have for a business plan. Some came in with ideas, some came in with no idea. But through the process, they've really developed. You'll see tonight, you'll see how they've blossomed. Really proud of all of the work that you've put in. And the parents that are here, you should be ecstatic about the amount. And this will go, whether or not, some of these, I believe that some of these young men and women will open businesses. But whether they do or not, they have learned so many tools and skills that they can take in their life with them. It'll help you on your college resumes, your college applications. So the Chamber of Commerce is really proud today to partner in this program. We want to continue it in years to come. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the Chamber of Commerce Chairman of the Board, also the President of Victory State Bank, Ralph Branca.
As Linda said, I'm Chair of the Chamber. My name is Ralph Branca. I want to first start by saying let's give these kids a round of applause for all the work that they have done. Going through a program like this is not easy, especially at a tender young age of being in high school, which we all fondly remember. So it's great to see that the entrepreneur spirit is here and growing on Staten Island. I have the honor today of introducing our MC for tonight, Anthony Pascal. Anthony may not have grown up in the Big Apple, but he's no stranger to New York City. He started his career in 1999 as a general assignment reporter at WETM-TV, the NBC affiliate in Elmira, New York. 1 year later, he was offered a job at New York One's sister station, R News in Rochester, New York. There, he spent almost 6 years anchoring and reporting. On September 11, 2001, Anthony was sent to New York City to cover the attacks on the World Trade Center and help contribute stories to New York One during that month. Anthony grew up in New Jersey and lives on Staten Island. He's a graduate of Ithaca College's Park School of Communication, and his hobbies include playing golf, dining out, and traveling. Those all sound good to me. He currently anchors This Week Staten Island on New York One. Let's give a warm welcome to Anthony Pascal.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And hopefully you're looking at me saying, hey, that's the guy I always see on New York One, not that's the guy I used to see when I had Time Warner Cable. I'm really happy to be here. I actually just was in this school a couple of months ago doing a profile story on their wonderful principal, Mark Erlenwine, who's here. Hi, Mark. And it really gave me a chance to see all that's going on here in the schools on Staten Island, especially here at Staten Island Tech. Just a reminder to all of you, no matter where you are, whether you're in the front, you're in the back, you're all being recorded. The tech students are actually recording this for their classes, and they do a really good job. They have really good equipment, so make sure you're on your best behavior because you're all being recorded. I also have to say I'm really impressed when I was looking at the agenda for tonight and just looking at this program and the wonderful support that it gets from the business community and how everyone is really helping to make these kids, you know, who are the future into, you know, young entrepreneurs. So, you know, I'm really excited to take a look at all of the presentations because I know that, you know, I'm going to be impressed. I know you're going to be impressed, and I know that these students are really excited to make sure that they impress us with all that they have to show tonight. It is my job now to introduce all of the people here who are in the front row who will be judging tonight. And I'm going to start all the way on the right. I'd like to welcome Dean Balsamini. Dean, let's hear a round of applause for him. Dean is the director of the Small Business Development Center at the College of Staten Island. He's an experienced businessman with over 35 years of management experience in domestic and worldwide markets. He's the former AT&T executive and chairman of SCORE on Staten Island, past president of South Shore Rotary, board member of Staten Island Children's Campaign, and an adjunct professor of marketing at the College of Staten Island. Dean, you want to stand up just so everyone could say hello to you. Ralph Branca, who you just heard from, is the president and CEO of both Victory State Bank and its holding company, VSB Bancorp Incorporated, for which he is a founding director and incorporator. Prior to forming Victory State Bank, he managed accounting and investment functions of Riverbank America and Hamilton Federal Savings Bank. Chairman of the board for the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce and Staten Island Museum. He's the chair on the Society for Seamen's Children and Families, and he's the executive vice chair for Staten Island Economics Development Corporation, as well as being involved in many other organizations. Let's hear it for Ralph Branca. Next to Ralph is Solomon Shemo. He's the managing partner and co-founder of the Richmond Group Wealth Advisors, with over 21 years of experience in the financial industry. He's the past chairman of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, past president of the Business Guild, currently serves as the chairman of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce Foundation, and he's a board member for several organizations, including the Staten Island Jewish Community Center, the James Vitrico Foundation, and the Small Business Development Center. Let's welcome Solomon Shemo. Claire Bisignano-Chesnoff is the broker and owner of Claire Properties. She's a member of both the Brooklyn and Staten Island Board of Realtors. She's the secretary and treasurer for the Staten Island Board of Realtors 2014, a board member of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, board vice president for the Staten Island Green Charter School, and she serves on several committees for the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, the American Red Cross, and the JCC. She's also the past president of Business Guild. A warm welcome to Claire Bisignano-Chesnoff. Joe Doolin is the retail market manager of Brooklyn and Staten Island for TD Bank, with TD Bank since 2007. Before that, he spent 6 years in credit card marketing for both American Express and Citibank. He's a board member of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce. He's the former board member of the Lincoln Square Business Improvement District and a former active member of the West Manhattan Chamber of Commerce, Community Board 7, and 20th Precinct Community Council. Let's welcome Joe Doolin. Next to Joe is Robin Lefkowitz. Robin is the Senior Vice President and Director of Business Development for Northfield Bank. She's got more than 26 years of banking and finance experience. She's the co-chair of the Wagner College Chi Society and past president of the Jewish Community Center, a founding member of the Staten Island Economic Development Corporation's Executive Women's Council, and a board member for the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, director of Woodbridge Township Economic Development Corporation, and on the advisory board of Invest Financial Corp. Let's welcome Robin Lefkowitz. Daniel Shifter is the president of PicturesandGold.com, a manufacturing facility located within Casale Jewelers, which was founded in 1997. It started as an online business. It can provide custom-made jewelry within hours as opposed to days or weeks. Let's welcome Daniel Shifter. And last but not least, Victor Vientos is the manager of community relations for National Grid. He has more than 30 years of management experience. He's a board member for the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, Staten Island Economic Development Corporation, and the Staten Island YMCA Board of Managers, and a former trustee for Bishop Ford High School. That's Victor Vientos. So those are our investors, and now it is time to get our first group up on the stage. And the first presentation is going to be from Michelle Wen, and her group is No Worry Fashion. Michelle is a junior at Susan Wagner High School. She's 16 years old and is in the Entrepreneurs Academy at her school. She has a passion for fashion and loves to go to the mall with her friends. Michelle is really into business and wants to major in it when she goes to college. She's proud to present her company, No Worry Fashion. Let's hear it for Michelle Wen.
Hello, my name is Michelle Wen, CEO of No Worry Fashion, fashion made just for you. Have you guys, especially girls, looked in the closet in the morning and can't decide what to wear? Or you had a special occasion but just can't figure out the perfect outfit? No Worry Fashion is here to turn your fashion nightmare into a fashion fairy tale. No Worry Fashion is a service-type business, and our main goal is to help teenage girls express themselves through the art of fashion. No Worry Fashion is a sole proprietorship. In every business, they need a long and short-term goal. One of my short-term goals is to get my website up and running so I can start my business, because my website is one of my main priorities in my business. One of my long-term goals is to expand from Staten Island and go from New York to the United States. I want to help girls be confident with their own skin, and the first step to that is through their clothing and their fashion. There are many websites like Pinterest, YouTube, and 17 Magazine, but that have similar services like videos and pictures. But what my service is different is that we have a one-on-one consultation with the customer itself to find out their fashion and what they like in their style. And our website also includes videos, pictures, and inspirational articles and up-to-date fashion. So if they ever need help, our website is at their fingertips. Our service is an online service starting in Staten Island. We are now only helping teenage girls, but hopefully we'll expand to teenage guys as well. We want to help these teenage girls who want to express themselves through fashion but don't know where to begin. And we want to help those who wants to be like celebrities, but also celebrity outfits, but also wants their own personal touch in the outfits. The three types of service we offer costs $5, $35, and $210. The first and most basic service gives the customer a 20-minute one-on-one consultation with the stylist. The second includes a 45-minute consultation and fashion updates for a month. The third and most expensive package includes a monthly meeting with the customer and seasonal recommendation. A majority of their consultation will be via the internet over Google+, but however, personal appointments will be available. We'll try to get our word out there through email blasts during our trade show and social media through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, targeting teenagers who wants advice in fashion. Our company is a service type company, so we won't be spending money on a unit. Our version of a unit is having our stylist's time. So for every 20 minutes of our consultation, which is the approximate time for a stylist to figure out the customer's style, is $5. Here we have a monthly sales projection, and as you can see, in May, June, August, and December are our most popular months because of prom season, graduation, back to school, and holidays like Christmas and New Year's. But in months like March and April, where there are not a lot of holidays, we expect less customers. Our cost of supplies, since it's a service company, would be our labor costs for our stylist, which is $5 for every 20 minutes. Our cost of goods is not applicable to my service since it's a service. It's not applicable to my business since it's a service type business. Our average monthly cost includes internet bill, which will provide our website and to update our customers with the latest style, and pictures, and our latest style and fashion and pictures, and help our customers through the internet. Our office supplies will include anything like notepads and ink for anything we need for the customers. Our variable costs will change monthly because if there are any magazines that we want to purchase to help our customers, we'll use that variable cost, and if there are any more supplies we need. Our monthly sales statement for our month and year is based off of our sales projection and our cost of goods. For our monthly sales projection, we predicted 15 customers for a total of $333.50 as a net profit. For a year, we projected 85 clients with a total net profit of $8,839.44. In order to start my business, I will need $1,638.98 to start up my business. This will go towards my domain name, my website, my domain name for my website, a logo designer, magazine subscriptions, a laptop, a camera, and necessities for my trade show, which includes trifold boards, table covers, pamphlets, and covering printing costs. In my financial strategy, I've already purchased my laptop and camera, which was my startup investment for the company, which is $1,488. Today, I'm asking $149.99, which includes my domain name, magazine subscriptions, my logo design, and my trade show necessities. Thank you for your time and consideration in Know Where YEA Fashion, fashion made just for you, where my purpose on this company is to help teenagers empower themselves through their fashion and helping teenagers gain confidence one girl at a time. Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Michelle Wen. Now, Michelle, hold tight right there. Hold tight right there. We're not just done with you yet because we didn't really go over the rules, which we should have in the beginning. But part of this, the way this is going to happen is that after each of the student presents their idea, the investors will have a chance to ask you a few questions about your presentation. So we're going to limit it to investors 3 questions each. So I'll choose 3 of you. So if you have a question for Michelle, just raise your hand and let's start with Vic.
Good presentation. How did you come up with your ideas?
Well, it started when I never had a really good confidence in myself as a little kid. I'm always like self-conscious about myself. But once I started high school and I started being more into fashion, I realized that if I take the time and I make myself look good, I feel good, and I show off that I actually have my self-confidence and that I can help, and I want to help teenagers try to get that confidence as well.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Joe.
Michelle, great job. So I think you can be wildly successful. If you experience that success early on, are you prepared to handle 200 monthly subscriptions?
Yeah, I can.
How would you do that?
I would hire more stylists. Well, I would make sure that they're if I have to approve them, make sure that they know everything that they're doing before I would hire them, and I would not take on all the roles as CEO, CFO, CMO, and everything. I would expand that, and each person would have like an individual title. Therefore, they can mainly focus on their part of the company to make it more successful.
Great.
Robin.
Very nice presentation, Michelle. Do you have any clients currently? And if so, what is your projection of immediate, or what is your thought process in terms of how quickly you're going to get going?
Well, my friends, they always ask me for help, but I've never actually charged them. So,
Gotta stop giving it for free.
so maybe I'll start with my friends first and see how that, and expand from there.
Great, thank you.
Judges, we were told to keep it to 3 questions, but if you have a pressing question that you really feel you need to ask to be fair to the students, just let me know and raise your hand and we'll get to you. No? Okay. Michelle, thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, it's time to welcome our next student to the floor. Adam Saeed is a 16-year-old who attends Ralph McKee High School on Staten Island. He created Nephthys Studios in 2013 while recording local musicians. He's looking to expand his studio into an independent record label. He already has established connections with a print shop, clothing brand, entertainment agency, and a nonprofit organization in order to help him achieve his goal. So please join me in welcoming Nephthys Records and Adam Saeed.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Saeed, CEO and founder of Nephthys Records. In the 6th grade, I was exposed to music production when spying on my older brother, who was attempting to record his first song. Like any other 6th grader, I wanted to be just like my brother, and ever since then, my passion for music spread through me like a virus. I often ask people, what is it that you want to be remembered for? I, for one, am currently in the process of writing my own legacy in the music industry through the power of creativity. When you create something, you are building a platform to have your voice heard. When your voice is heard, it echoes. When your voice echoes, it is remembered. Nephthys Records is not only an independent label that allows for music distribution to online markets such as iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and Google Play, it is also a service for independent artists to professionalize their work. Distribution through third-party services will allow for these market placements. This means that our fans will be able to purchase our music on a variety of online platforms, thus increasing the availability of it. Our services will be available for purchase online and include professional mixing, mastering, graphic design, and live show booking. Mixing is the process of polishing a recording so that it sounds pleasing to the ear. Please listen closely.
How you feeling, homie? Got something I wanna ask. Days get harder and I'm trying to make it pass.
Yo, just stay true and God'll find you. Don't worry about it, homie, cause it's not just you.
And after?
How you feeling, homie? Got something I wanna ask. Days get harder and I'm trying to make it pass.
Yo, just stay true and God'll find you. Don't worry about it, homie, cause it's not just you.
As you can see, the vocals hold more clarity and are dominant in the mix. So I asked the investors, would you like to purchase an unmixed recording? Visuals coexist with sound, and quality graphic design is a must when making your first impressions in the music industry. This is the cover of my debut EP, When Dreams Come True. I created it myself, and it was designed to capture the imagination of the viewer. Live shows are an excellent way to grow and connect with the fan base. Through partnership with Padlock Entertainment, I could collect money for booking artists to perform in venues all over New York City. As you can see, these are our short and long-term goals. Our short-term goals allow for us to promote while we release new material. This is essential for reaching the fan base that we already have. Our long-term goals are important for us to grow our label while increasing our income. As we sign new artists, our reach to new demographics will increase. Major record labels will always be an entity in the music industry. Their promotional backing and venture capital funds make them a force to be reckoned with. On the bright side, however, independent labels can do everything a major label can do, just on a lower level. Nephthys Records will target music fans worldwide since platforms like iTunes are available anywhere there is internet connection. Since our genre is geared more towards hip-hop, we will appropriately target the hip-hop demographic. This is made up of 24 million people worldwide, ages 19 to 34. As far as our services go, independent artists make up the larger portion of musicians. If we prioritize our promotions towards this demographic, we will have a huge base of potential customers. We will reach music fans by promotion through free services such as social media. A radio campaign will be carried out when necessary by contacting local DJs. Locally, hip-hop fans can be found at events that I am constantly networking and performing at. Down the line, we will look to invest money in public relations. This is a great investment because the highest grossing hip-hop promo sites do not allow for submission without this form of representation. We will be selling products such as CDs, digital downloads, download cards, and t-shirts to start. The cost of one CD will be $2.75 as displayed. When we sell digital downloads of our music online, a small portion of the proceeds are set aside for the market in which we are selling on. This portion varies depending on the market, but is 33% for major ones such as iTunes. Sales will begin in March of 2014. As the summer draws closer, we will begin to sell more since I will be able to dedicate even more time to Nephthys. As the months of school arrive, we will slightly decline in sales, but should be able to create new opportunities for the label. The definition of one unit in this case is also a CD. They will sell for $10 each. The production of these CDs will be outsourced to a trusted CD duplication company by the name of Disc Makers. We will make a gross profit of $7.25 a CD. Our fixed cost of operations per month will be a minimum of $30. This rate consists of our mailing list and website hosting. As we look to invest in a publicist, we will set a budget of $300 a month, making our average monthly cost a maximum of $330. When discussing an average of our total sales, selling 310 units in a month at an average rate of $12.50 will result in a gross profit of $2,616.40. Selling a projected 2,330 units in a year will result in a net profit of $16,318.12. We are asking the investor panel for select upgrades to our home studio that will truly professionalize our sound quality. A total of $720 can cover a professional microphone amp, special effects processor, a power conditioner to prevent dangerous surges, and high-quality cables to ensure everything is set up properly. We are also looking to obtain our first month of public relations services at a rate of $300 a month. I've invested upwards of $7,000 into Neftis as of 2014. We are hoping to obtain a minimum of $750 to cover our additional startup investments. I'll be placing an additional $200 into the business as well and plan to receive another $100 from relatives and friends. I appreciate your consideration and thank each investor. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Okay, Adam, thank you. Hold tight right there. We're going to have our investors see if any of them have any questions for you. Dean?
Yeah, fine presentation. Adam, where do you see your business in 5 years?
In 5 years, I hope that we will be reaching the radio in multiple different cities. I'm looking to have a heavy public relations department because in hip-hop and in music, the website placements are just, some of the most important things. They're checked constantly by fans. So that's definitely our goals as far as 5 years.
Solomon?
Great presentation.
Thank you.
Very, very thorough. Can you just clarify the public relations, where that money's going to go to?
Okay. So public relations, as far as music, it's basically $300 a month. We're going to set that as our budget. We're going to talk to different firms, see what they can offer us, but our goal in investing that money is placement on different high-grossing hip-hop promo sites. Like I said before, it's just very impactful to have these website placements, so that's where that money will go to. No problem.
Any other questions from the panel? Ralph?
Originally, you're going to be your own client for Neftis Records.
Right.
And based on your projections, I believe you're projecting the sale of your CD at this point.
Right.
Now, over time, sales of CDs usually trickle down because they've hit their target market and they move on.
Right.
What would happen if you can't get additional talent on your label to start supplementing the CD sales of your own record?
Right.
Have you thought of that?
Well, I've been making music since the 6th grade, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. It's what fueled this whole thing. It's just a very driving passion that I have for music. So if I'm unable to recruit any additional talent, I'll be happy to just continue to push myself as far as music goes.
Okay, thank you. Very good
Okay.
presentation.
Thank you.
Adam Saeed, thank you. Neftis Records is the business. Okay, our next business is called Safe and Happy, and it's Benjamin Reichman's business. He's a freshman at Staten Island Technical High School. He is very interested in business and is confident that his business venture will launch successfully. His interests outside of business lie in robotics, and he has been participating on his high school robotics team this year. Please join me in welcoming Benjamin Reichman.
Hi. I am Benjamin Reichman, CEO of Safe and Happy, and I am here today to tell you about a great investment opportunity, Safe and Happy. The idea of this business is a result of winter vacation. That is because I was at a town where many elderly people were living, and I was wondering if they were living safely and if they even knew of all the options they had. My business is a home inspection service for the elderly and physically disabled to determine the safety of their homes and to sell the products that they need. This service to the elderly and disabled takes place in their home where we inspect it. Then we go back to headquarters and assess the situation. The report comes next. We tell our customers what they should buy and how much it will cost. What they need will be delivered to them. For an added cost, they could become members, which means we come every few months to visit them. We celebrate their birthdays with them and find them friends to be with among our clients, which are of their age group. As our business grows this year, my short-term goal is to have a presence in the market. I will do that by following these guideline goals. By the end of September 2014, we aim to have made friends between 100 people of a first short-term goal. By the end of December 2014, we aim to have helped at least 250 people. Here are some long-term goals that my company needs to do to become successful. By the end of 2016, we aim to have 5 chapters, 1 in each borough. By the end of 2017, we aim to start a chapter in another state or city and make the business into a franchise or chain. Nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and group living are all competition since they keep the elderly in an already safe environment and in groups, thus making it that they don't need my business at all. Safe and Happy is relatively competitive to our competition when it comes to price. The elderly get to stay in the comfort of their own home if using our service. As our competition becomes more expensive, my business will be viewed as a good alternative to help the growing needs of this demographic. Speaking of demographics, in Staten Island, there's a bit more than 59,000 elderly and a bit less than 46,000 physically disabled. That means that if we combine those groups of people and only reach 1% of them, we would already have 1,000 customers. This is our price range, as you can see. For example, if they buy something that costs Safe and Happy $1,000 to buy, they buy it at $1,250. This shows where everything takes place from beginning to end, from the starting point to the initial consultation, to the assessment, to the results. These are some of the products Safe and Happy will be carrying: stair lifts, shower grips, wheelchairs, and ramps, to just name a few. There are a few places where I will find potential customers. I will find out who should get these products by seeing if doctors at rehab centers, hospitals, and doctor offices could help give leads. There will also be stickers on all our products. Our target consumers are the elderly and physically disabled. Financials. The average selling price of all our products is $92.40. For supply and labor costs, a deduction of $59.61 has to be made, which leads to a profit of $32.79, or a profit margin of 35%. Although we are behind in projections, we plan to catch up to them during July and August, given that the owner has a lot more time during the summer. From there, with the proper exposure, we will be able to have an increase in sales. The cost of a shower grip is $22.99, and the cost of an average stair lift is $3,500. The total monthly operating cost is $432, which could be split into $105 in fixed cost and $327 in variable costs. In 1 month after taxes and expenses are paid, the net profit is $747. As you can see, in 1 year after taxes and expenses are paid, the net profit is $8,964. In total, the estimated needed startup investment is $1,587, accounting for domain name, sample stock, office supplies, and print material. I will be putting in $230 of my own money. My parents have agreed to contribute $375. That means I'm asking from you today $982. Thank you for considering to invest in Safe and Happy, managing your care at home. I'm asking from you today $982.
All right, that's Benjamin Reichman, and his company is Safe and Happy. Benjamin, we have a question from Claire.
Benjamin, that was excellent. I really enjoyed your presentation. I have a question for you. When someone wants to use your service and they call you up and you come to the home and you do go through the home to see what it is that they're going to need, what happens when you tell them the costs and they say to you, well, my insurance will pay for this? Have you factored that in with their health insurance paying for it so that you would be a distributor and be in fact reimbursed by a plan that would enable them to get what they need and for you to also receive any compensation?
I looked into a DME and
Which is?
a durable medical equipment, and I looked into it and I couldn't find any application or fees. I'm still trying to look into it, and hopefully I will be able to find something.
Solomon?
Excellent presentation, and I think a very good idea. Just to clarify, your services, is it consultation as a fee as well as selling products, or is it just selling products?
Just selling products.
Okay. And just one follow-up question. Have you factored in the insurance cost of selling those products?
No.
Okay.
Joe?
Benjamin, great job. How old are you, Benjamin?
14.
14. Unbelievable. And you got some great investors behind you. I have some loved ones that are elderly. Why am I going to hire a 14-year-old to take care of them?
Because as you saw, we don't have a competition that looks and assesses the home, which is kind of unique in the industry, and I will be following a list of criterias.
Great. Thank you, Benjamin.
All right, Benjamin Reichman, thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you.
Our next presenter is Moet Askew. She's a 17-year-old senior at the Michael J. Petrides High School. She runs both indoor and outdoor track for her school. She also enjoys eating in her spare time, which none of us would ever know. She will be attending either Tennessee State University or Benedict College in a few months to study entrepreneurship. She joined the Young Entrepreneurs Academy in order to get a head start on her studies. Her company's name is Moet's Party Planning. Let's hear it for Moet Askew.
Hello, my name is Moet Askew, and I'm the CEO of my very own sole proprietorship. The name of my business is Moet's Party Planning. My business is a service that helps teens plan and have the event of their dreams. With that being said, most parents do not have the time or interest to plan it, so this is where my services come into play. I will meet up with my clients so we can discuss their interests or what they have in mind for their event. After we meet, I will do anything I can to meet their criteria, and we will proceed to meet again to discuss the prices. My target market is towards teenagers on Staten Island. Because I am a teenager, this gives me a better advantage over my competitors. I can give my clients more one-on-one attention and relate more towards my target market. I'm starting this business because it's doing something that I love, which is shopping and decorating, and it's helping people around my age who like to have events but don't have the time nor patience to plan it themselves. My short-term goal would be to come up with at least 4 different themes, including event games, color schemes, food, music, and decorations, so that I can spark interest with future clients about graduation and or going-away parties. My long-term goal would be to consistently plan at least 2 events a month, have an abundant amount of loyal clients, and those clients market my services. My service will be essential to people seeking to have an event but do not have the time, patience, or interest to plan it themselves. I plan to stay local, only on Staten Island, and will branch to other boroughs in the near future. I will promote my business through social media such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Flickr, and etc., as well as word of mouth, email marketing, press release, articles, ad networks, and free listings are all other opportunities to promote my business. My services include invitations, centerpieces, tablecloths, napkins, plates, cups, cutlery, balloons, thank you cards, and favors, as well as a DJ or photographer if needed. My services without a DJ or photographer will cost $157.49. I will be adding roughly $93 to that total to get my profit. Notice that my monthly projection sales is repetitive every month except for the month of June, because that's when young adults and or kids will be graduating. I plan to have 8 events planned in the month of June. Meanwhile, in every other month, I plan to have 2. I did this because I cannot predict my clients' birthdays. June will be a month that I know for a fact that I will have multiple bookings for graduation parties. This chart shows the selling price of one unit, which is $250, how long it takes to plan one event, which is $157.49, the total cost of goods sold, which is $169, making my gross profit $80.51. My average monthly operating costs include internet access to connect with my clients and search what meets their interests as well, my cell phone to keep in contact with my clients, and a 2-trip Metro card to use for transportation when meeting my clients. In a month, I project that my profit will be roughly $500 because I plan on having 2 events per month, making my gross profit $161.02, my profit before taxes $71.02, and my net profit $53.26. In a year, I project that my profit will be roughly $6,000 because I plan on having 24 events in 1 year, making my gross profit $1,932.24, my profit before taxes $852.24, and my net profit $639.18. My startup investment includes design materials, web development, the DBA, the trade show, essentials for the trade show, 2-trip Metro cards, and a GoDaddy domain name. All of these items together cost $350.74. My financial strategy is based on my personal savings, relatives and or friends, and investors. My personal savings includes money for my monthly cell phone bill, as well as internet access. I commit $600 towards my enterprise. I know I can receive at least $360 from relatives. Today I'm asking you for $353.74 to add to my total of $1,313.74. Thank you for your consideration of Moet's party planning, where I will make sure there's always a pop to your party. Once again, thank you for your consideration.
Moet, thank you. Vic has a question for you.
Love the idea. I can use a party planner. Here's your question. You now have a young adult looking to do a party, and you have a parent. How do I not book Justin Bieber for my daughter, and how do I meet her satisfaction for a party? What are your challenges?
Well, I don't think I could get connections with Justin Bieber, but I know if I could play multiple Justin Bieber songs or have his decorations all over the place, he'll be there in spirit, but not really there.
And I don't know if you're up with the times, Vic, but Justin Bieber so last year. Any other questions? Claire?
Very good presentation, Moet. I have a question for you. Do you have you figured into how much time you're going to be allotting to each client that you're going to be working with, so that at the end of the day you will be making some sort of a profit?
I know it'll take a lot of hard work, but like I could take a couple hours out of my day just to do it, just to meet their satisfaction. So, whatever it takes.
So you haven't scheduled, like with a particular party plan, you'll devote 5 hours or 10 hours, you haven't?
Well, it'll take really like 2 hours. That's what I did when I planned other people's parties, but I didn't really charge them for it though. I just really did it.
Okay.
Robin has a question.
Really nice idea. Question, now you a little about the financials. You say $250.
Yes.
And please forgive me if I just didn't understand something, but that's going to be your fee, and then you're also then going to shop and buy all the things and set up and actually theme the party and go from there.
the $157.49, that's going towards the thank you cards and the favors and the decorations and stuff like that. And then the extra $93 is for my profit.
So you can actually wind up making a lot more money if it's a bigger party.
Yes.
So you're just, because you might want to add a extra fee on that for yourself, for all the work you're doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's hear for Moet Askew. Okay, the next presenter is Danielle Almer. She is a 16-year-old junior at Tottenville High School here on Staten Island. At her high school, she is part of the dental program, and she plans on becoming a pediatric dentist. Danielle enjoys spending time with her family and friends, as well as traveling. Her business is called Singees, and she's here to tell us about it. Let's hear it for Danielle Almer.
When you walk into a doctor's office and you hear kids crying, you can almost bet that child is about to receive an injection. I know that as a child, whenever I was about to receive a shot, I would get really scared and start crying. Good evening, and thank you for taking the time to hear about my business. My name is Danielle Almer, and the name of my business is Singees. I am the sole proprietor of my business. Children should not be afraid to go to the doctor. And I believe if you eliminate the sight of the syringe, you'll eliminate that fear. That's what made me come up with the idea for my product. As you can see from my prototype, my product is a plastic toy car syringe cover that will slide over a medical syringe in order to distract children from the fact that they're about to receive an injection. Some short-term goals I have for my business is to produce my product, sell my product to 5 Staten Island pediatric offices to start out with, and then continue to expand my sales in Staten Island. Long-term goals I have for my product is to expand sales to nearby boroughs as well as Singees online. And I would eventually like to start selling syringe covers other than just cars. Some competitors I have are syringe cover companies. Since these companies already make syringe covers, they'd be able to produce different types of syringe covers faster than I could. However, my syringe cover would be sold at a cheaper price than a regular plain syringe cover. The people I plan to sell my product to are doctors who work at pediatric facilities at hospitals, as well as parents who have children that need to use injections every day due to medical issues. The parents and doctors who purchase my products will be the ones who really care about the kids and don't want to see them upset. The price of my product will be $3 for 1 Singees, $40 for 15 Singees, which will be considered 1 bulk, and $70 for 30 Singees, which would be considered 2 bulks. The idea is for the doctors to buy in bulk, so I sell more product and they save more money. I plan on delivering my products by hand, since the pediatric offices will be local at first, and this will save shipping costs. The way I plan on getting my product known is by dropping off brochures to pediatric doctors, speaking to doctors directly, social media, and word of mouth. Lastly, I plan on advertising through my website and eventually in Staten Island Parent Magazine. This chart is just a breakdown of the pricing I mentioned before. This chart is an estimation of yearly monthly sale projections for 2014 through 2016. I predict a yearly increase for my product. The way I got these numbers is by thinking doctors will stock up prior to flu season and before the school year starts, and then throughout the year as stock runs low. Also, as the years go on, more doctors and parents will be purchasing my product, causing an increase in sales. To make about 100 cars, the cost of material would be $30. So to make 1 car, the cost of material would be 30 cents. To print a car, it would take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to print. However, I would not need to sit there all 2 hours. I would only need to sit there about 10 minutes to make sure printing is running smoothly. So I'd be making $1.21 as a labor cost, giving me a profit of $1.49. I plan on using a 3D printer at first because after research, I realized a 3D printer would be most cost effective. Each month, I have some variable costs, which include material, delivery, packaging, and advertisement. One fixed cost I'd have is general liability insurance, giving me a total of $341 as monthly fees. My monthly projected sales is eventually 500 units per month. With each unit priced at $3, after taxes, my net profit would be $303. Yearly, if I sell 6,000 cars, after taxes, my net profit would be $3,636. The money I would be asking for from the investor panel is $834 for a 3D printer, as well as 4 1-kilogram spools of PLA plastic. a $75 designer fee, and $171 for trade show costs. I will be investing $300 of my own money into the business, as well as $300 from family to cover domain name, DBA costs, and my phone and electric bill, leaving my investor exit price to be $1,080. Thank you for your time, and remember, when you invest with Singees, you'll be investing in a buddy on the way to make the pain go away. I cannot send you home with a toy car today, but I do have chocolate-covered lollipops for you in the shape of a car. Thank you.
All right, Danielle, thank you. Let's see if we have any questions from the panel. Dean?
Yeah, very fine job. Very
Thank
nice
you.
job. Might also think about targeting the office receptionists too.
Right.
Quick question: How do you deal with quality control? How are you going to handle that?
Well, quality control, I would produce as much as I can. In the summer, I'd definitely be able to produce more, and the doctors would have to understand and be patient that they're going to be asking a lot for the cars, and I'll get them out there as soon as I could.
Solomon?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Very good presentation. I wish I would have heard this presentation this afternoon when I took my oldest son to the doctor. But speaking of that, that kind of leads into my question, is that two boys, and they've been to the doctor and they have to get shots. I've never seen this product at a pediatric office. You mentioned competition before. Can you just clarify that? Like, what competition? Because I haven't seen, not that I go to many places, but locally I haven't seen that type of product.
Well, I just meant that there are syringe cover companies, but they just make plastic syringe covers as a protector. So they would kind of be a competitor because they do have access to the different types of medical syringe companies, but they wouldn't really be a competitor.
Is there any companies offering a product like yours? Because essentially you're hiding the needle from the child to make them feel comfortable with something they're comfortable. Is there any, that you know of anybody that's doing that?
No.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Daniel?
So these are disposable then, I guess? You use them once and then you...
There would be one
get
per
rid of them?
patient, but the doctor could take the syringe out and send the kid home with the car.
Okay. And you're planning on printing, 3D printing each one? And how long does that take?
It would take about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but I wouldn't need to sit there all 2 hours. I could just let it go and then come back and keep them printing.
Okay.
One more question from Robin.
So this is a customized car that you make. How many hours does it take you to make this?
To make it only took about an hour to make on the software.
And how many can you make at once?
I'm not sure how many you can make at once, but that printed one. The printer I use, it printed one at a time. But if you have multiple printers, you can print more.
So you're guesstimating 500 units? Because I would think one medical practice might buy a lot more than that.
Well, at first, and then eventually it'll pick up.
I think it's going to pick up pretty quickly.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Danielle Elmer. The name of her company is Singees. All right, keeping it moving along. Our next presenter is Winston Tong. He is 16 years old and he goes to New Dorp High School. Another student, he loves to eat. He also enjoys music, solving math problems, and is currently working as an intern within his school's Virtual Enterprise Academy. The name of his company is HK Egg Puffs, and here to tell us all about it is Winston Tong. Hi, Winston.
Hi. Are you thinking eating junk food with high cholesterol and calories? By the time I finish my presentation, I will guarantee you that one sample of my product will not be enough for you. Hi, my name is Winston, and I'm the founder of HK Egg Puffs. Today, I'm here to show you a type of snack that is alternative to junk food and you have never seen in Staten Island. HK Egg Puffs produce a unique and delicious type of snack that's originated in Hong Kong. The product in front of you are my sample. You'll love it once you taste them. Let me explain how to make this. In order to produce this product, I will use a special machine called an egg machine. It works the same as a waffle maker, but it is in the shape of bubbles. In the short term, we will start selling our product in school beginning of September as a fundraising activities. HK Egg Puffs will sell 500 units within 6 months, beginning in September. My purpose of this is to widen the attention of my product. In the long term, I will secure a food handler license and acquire to use the commercial kitchen in order to produce a huge quantity of my product. Then, I will start to use different flavors, such as chocolate and strawberry. It will not only having more variety in the future, but also making it healthier than before. HK Egg Puffs have no competitive business here in Staten Island because, as I said before, it was originated in Hong Kong. So this is a very huge opportunity for me to expand my market. Instead of eating junk food with no nutrition, you can choose to eat healthy by replacing the junk food with our product. Besides this advantage, my product is more convenient by packaging with wax bag. Since the product is small, you can even put it in your pocket at any time you want. I know I'll be the one who's eating this product at every single moment I can. And I know that you'll become one of us too. My first market is based on the student in New York High School. Based on my market analysis, I found out that more percentage of students from my school tend to buy snacks from a vending machine more often than usual, and there's a population of 2,500 students in New York High School. 51 out of 59 people I gave sample to so far like it because it is new and attractive. Imagine just a 10% of this population bought my product. It will be 250 customers already. My purpose of this business is to give people awareness of my Chinese culture and help them and to enjoy and have a full belly as they're eating my product, because I personally don't like being hungry at all. Not only my product is great, but also it appealed directly to Asian population in New York High School, which is around 150 students. My marketing plan is to sell 1 unit, which is 15 pieces of HK Egg Puffs for $2. My first market will be in New York High School as a fundraising activities. I'll be focusing 3 major areas where I'm selling my product. 1, satisfaction. 2, convenience. And 3, affordable for my customers. My goal is to provide the quickest way to spread my product to customers. Promotion. Social media is a huge factor for teenagers. So I will have a Facebook and Twitter page for my business, a website, flyers and business cards handing out during trade show and other events. My demographic will be mainly focusing on 9 to 12 grade students. Teachers can also come too if they feel hungry. The more, the better. As you can see, this is the equipment I use to make the egg puffs, and my website right now is under construction and will be available at the end of April. For cost, 15 pieces of HK egg puffs is considered as 1 unit, and my total cost per unit is 21 cents, which focus on sugar, flours, eggs, and different powders. On my monthly sales projection, as you can see, my number of units sold will be higher during months such as Christmas, Valentine's Day, and new semester of my school, which is September and February. Even though we did not make any sales in June to August because of summer vacation, the number of units sold will go higher as school starts in September because of a large demand during school years. My labor cost is 30 cents, and it requires 2 minutes to make 1 unit. My total expense per unit is 51 cents, and my gross profit is $1.49. As you can see, my gross profit is 73%, which is a very huge amount. But since I will donate approximately 67% of the gross profit to the New York High School as a fundraising activity first, my total gross profit will drop to 49 cents. Even though it seems like a very low numbers, but once I earn a fruit handler license, I can expand my market out of school. So my business will go from fundraising to for profit. Starting up as a fundraiser is still a good way for people to notice my product. My average monthly cost is mostly based on variable costs. Since I have a website free of charge for 1 year, I have $0 in fixed costs. So my variable cost per month is $52.50. In a month, 250 units of egg puff, net profit are around $280. In year, 3,000 unit net profit will be around $3,300. The net profit per month and per year are the 2 most important factors affecting the company. This is my first part of startup cost, which is trade show expense, focusing mainly on advertisement, equipment to set up, ingredient to make sample for my customers, and design fee for the flyer and business card. With the cost of trade show expense and other areas such as equipment, advertisement, and ingredient, my startup cost will be $809.29. I'll be putting $100 of my own money to my business. Today, I'm here to ask you, the investor, to invest in me, in my company, for $709.29. Thank you for your consideration of HK Egg Puff. The overall purpose is not only just making profit, but also to introduce my Chinese culture to American people, and to show that I'm passionate of what I'm selling. As I said before, I will guarantee you that 1 sample of my product will not be enough for you. Thank you.
All right, Winston, thank you. Let's see if any of the investors have any questions. Let's start with Vic.
Yes.
I love the idea. You're making me hungry, so I definitely want to eat something.
You're eating already.
But I can eat it. I'm also watching the calories. What is your count for 15 units of calories for those who are careful for their diets?
Talking about calories, so sugar is the most number of calories in here. So actually 12 unit of this, which is around 185 pieces of HK egg puffs, is actually only cost 1 cup of sugars. So it's less than other product in the vending machine.
So your estimated number of calories for those 15 units are?
15 units altogether?
You're packaging that.
It would be 200 to 400 calories. Yeah.
Any other questions? All right, that's it. Thank you, Winston, Tom. Oh, wait, one more. Solomon? Oh, Claire.
I have a question. Where are you manufacturing the product right now?
Oh, since I don't earn a first-hand license right now yet, so I will doing it at home first, and then as I do as a fundraising at school, I will go to Manhattan to get a food handler license, and then eventually I will make my business as a distributor to different retail business, and to sell them, to put it like Walmart, Costco, stuff, things like that.
And my second question is, how long of a shelf life do these have, being they have no preservatives?
This is for 2 days. But if I'm not gonna be the distributor, which I'm maybe open a store in Staten Island, I would actually have the equipment right here, make it in here, and then after it's finished, I will give it to the customers. And also, by the mean of healthier, I don't think anybody will notice it. Healthier mean like less sugar, using different kind of flours such as whole grain, and also since it's the egg puffs, so it's eggs. So I will choose to use egg white instead of using egg yolk in the future. So you have less calories and less fat.
Thank you.
Solomon?
Very good presentation, very energetic, tastes very good. Just one quick question regarding the food license. Well, 2 questions, I guess. Do you need to have that now as you're manufacturing that? And then my second question is, if you're going to sell this in New Dorp High School, have you spoken to them? Do you need permission from the school to sell? Because sometimes when you bring outside products into a facility, there may be some issues.
So the first question you said is, since I'm doing fundraising in school right now, I actually asked the coordinator of the program, since if you're doing a fundraiser, you don't have to get a permission first. So you have to donate some of the profit, which is 67 of the net profit to the school, which is $1 each, since it's only $2. And also, what's the second question again?
Regarding the first question was regarding the license.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a license now. You said you want to.
I will get a license next year, within a year. I actually asked the coordinator, can I sell? Of course, they would love to. I actually give sample to a lot of students, and they said like, why are you not making this right now? I'm so hungry that I want to buy a lot, but since I'm doing presentation right now, so I'm hoping that as soon as possible I can start in this May.
Okay, Winston, thank you. One more, Dean.
Just a quick, very great
Thank you.
presentation. Since you're really looking to do this and start out as a fundraising, have you thought about also having sponsorship from some of the Asian or Chinese restaurants on Staten Island?
Yes, since I not yet go to the Staten Island restaurant yet, but I will go to ask them for sponsor. But since right now I'm doing as a fundraising activity, I can handle all the stuff by myself. But after, as my business grow, I will ask for sponsorship, and also invest it for more money, right?
Thank you, Winston. Tom. Our next group is made up of 2 young entrepreneurs. Nirmal Amaratunga is 16 years old and a junior at New Dorp High School's Corporate Center for Business and Technology. He enjoys swimming and loves helping other students. As an entrepreneur, he is excited to present his history tutoring business. Travis Carter is a sophomore at Curtis High School here on Staten Island. He's the co-owner of Back in Time, and his specialty is marketing. Please join me in welcoming Nirmal Amaratunga and Travis Carter. Their company is Back in Time.
Hello, my name is Nirmal, and I'm the founder of Back in Time History Tutoring Services. And I'm excited to be here with you this evening to announce you my new and exciting business idea. But first, let me introduce you to my partner, Travis Carter.
Thank you for taking the time out to listen to our business idea this evening. My name is Travis Carter, and I'm the co-founder of Back in Time. But first, I have some information for you. Did you know that last year, 25% of high school students failed their history exam, and more than 50% failed their AB history exam?
This fact is the exact reason for our business. Our goal is to reduce failure rates. Let me tell you how.
We are a tutoring service business specializing in global history and American history. We want to change the way people see tutoring services by offering alternative tutoring solutions that are virtual and affordable to those who cannot access or afford one-on-one tutoring services.
By offering several different tutoring packages, we are able to provide an option for students with different budgets. These packages give students the option to choose the amount of tutoring services they require and the method in which those services are delivered.
Our customers will be able to build a custom tutoring service package or choose from one of our pre-built packages on our website or by calling our office.
Our immediate short-term goals are to help students be better prepared to New York State Regents exams and Advanced Place History exams.
Our long-term goal is to remain affordable as our business grows along with our expenses. Although our immediate focus is the subject of history, a long-term goal is to expand into different subjects.
Most of our customers are utilizing traditional one-on-one history tutoring services at a very high price. We offer a variety of tutoring delivery options other than one-on-one, which come at a very lower price. To be specific, we offer it online and both in person. Let me explain how we have set up our prices. In the Gold package, we have set the hourly rate to a much lower price of $30 per hour, since Gold is the best package with the most number of hours. As the number of hours decrease, the price per hour slightly increases by $5. As for the Crash Course, which is our special program, since it requires much more materials to be covered in a shorter amount of time, the price increases to $750 per hour. The price increases to $50 per hour, which is still much lower yet competitive than the industry average of $70 per hour.
Our target market is the local Staten Island community. According to our census data, there are 20,000 students living in Staten Island. There are 25% struggling in history. If only 10% considered using our business, we would have 2,000 students.
We will create growth and reach potential customers by offering free advice and how to improve your chances of passing history exams through social media sites like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
We want to create strategic partnerships with other more general tutors that do not have a niche in the subject of history. These tutors may look to provide a better service for their students by passing their name on to us.
Since we offer three types of units, each package has a different price. To be specific, Gold package with 96 hours come at a cost of $2,880, while the Silver package with 48 hours come at a price of $1,680, and the Bronze package with 16 hours come at a price of $640. And our special course, which is the Crash Course, come at 15 hours and $750. They all add up to a grand total of $5,950.
Since we have considered 1 hour of tutoring as a single unit for purposes of calculations, we expect to sell around 80 units within the first month and 960 by the end of the fiscal year. In terms of students, 80 hours convert to tutoring hours of 5 students, and we expect to gain 60 students by the end of the first year.
Since this is a tutoring service, we have considered the labor cost and price of a unit as the same thing, due to the fact that this is only run by 2 people and there is no outside lenders involved. After minimizing the average cost of supplies per unit from the average labor cost per unit, we gain a profit of $35.50.
Our monthly operating costs are minimal expenses for the Adobe Connect subscription, ink toners for the printer, and travel costs, which add up to a total of $195.
As you can see, in a month, we expect to sell an average of 80 hours. After factoring in all our costs and expenses and taxes, we gain a net profit of $2,133.75. But in a year, we project selling 960 hours, which will calculate to a net profit of $25,605.
To start up our business, we need supplies and an online platform to carry out our business, and adequate capital to print our brochures and business cards, as well as shipping materials and other required items. Together, the total startup is $400.
As for personal savings, we have already invested in a laptop and monthly internet access, which means that we are asking you today for $400. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your consideration of Back in Time, because time is ticking.
All right, Nirmal and Travis, thank you very much for that. We have a couple questions. Let's start with Claire.
Excellent presentation. I have a question. So I am a student who's having a problem in global, and I sign up for your best package. What happens next?
Well, you have a variety of packages. If you're like really struggling with history, we suggest the gold package, which has 96 hours. So we can prepare, so we can give you every tip and hint and every detail. But let's say let's say the passing mark is 65, and you're around 60 and 63. Well, we recommend you the crash course, which is 15 hours, so you don't have to take it for a long period of time. And you can.
What I'm not understanding is it happening in real time? Are you on the internet at the same time as me coaching me?
Yeah. The Adobe Connect is, well, the platform is, I have a webcam, and it's basically like Skype. The students are going to see me, and they could interact with me through web chat.
Okay, that's what I need to know. Thank you.
Robin?
So are you guys like history geniuses? And you're going to be teaching everybody? Yeah?
If they may say so themselves.
Wow. Cool. Thank you.
Joe?
So I love this idea, and I think there will be a great demand for it. My concern is the tutoring services will be required during periods where you guys are probably going to need to study for other exams. So how are you going to manage your time?
Well, within the first few months, we're going to get a profit, which means like we don't have any other expenses, so we can hire more tutors from that money.
Okay, you're going to hire more. Okay.
Any other questions from the panel? Okay, Nirmal and Travis, thank you very much. Their company's name is Back in Time. We have one more group. The business is called Wave. Dylan Kurdahi is a junior at Staten Island Tech. He's been greatly involved in his school's robotics team since freshman year. He's interested in electrical engineering, programming, 3D modeling, as well as the latest and greatest technology. With both his and his partner's Jimmy's skills in engineering, he is confident in the success of his business. His partner is Jimmy Au, who is a 16-year-old sophomore here at Tech. He enjoys playing sports and challenging himself to the next level. Please help me in welcoming Dylan and Jimmy with their company, Wave.
Good evening, and thank you for being here tonight. I'm Dylan Kurdahi, CEO, and this is Jimmy O, CFO. We are Wave.
Both Dylan and I bring unique skills to this business. Dylan has been inventing, building electronics, and experimenting and engineering from his own creation and also being part of his robotics team. Team 375, the Robotics Plague.
Jimmy has extensive knowledge in marketing and business. He has learned the art of business through his family and learned media and TV production at Staten Island Tech.
Wave was started with a bright idea and a vision. We see a future where technology and innovation moves at an even faster pace. A future where current concepts of how we interact with technology are completely reimagined, changing life for the better. And we want to bring this future to the present.
In order to bring this vision to life, we brought together the brightest and most skilled peers we could find and got to work.
With this vision in mind, we created Imprint. Imprint is a device that allows users to easily and securely log into any of the web accounts, such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, on any computer with just a touch.
Imprint is incredibly simple to use. The process of logging in is quick, easy, and only requires a few steps. First, the user plugs the device into any computer.
Next, the user goes to a login page of the desired website.
Then, the user simply scans his or her finger. They are instantly logged into their account.
The Imprint automatically inputs their username and password. No typing or remembering is required.
Imprint users will never have to remember their passwords again. Logging into websites takes seconds. With Imprint, all you need is a fingerprint.
Imprint is also incredibly secure. Imprint software will allow users to randomly generate unique passwords that are nearly impossible to crack. In addition, all data on the device is highly encrypted.
We have set goals that will ensure the success of Wave. By April, we will start the process of patenting Imprint. In May, we plan on launching a Kickstarter campaign to raise money and gain exposure. By the summer, we will have a finalized design and start the manufacturing process.
In the future, we plan to have a retail component to reach more customers. By 2016, we plan to start the development of our second product.
We are pricing Imprint very competitively at $97.99. Imprint is a high-quality device, offering far more features than other fingerprint scanners.
Imprint is very different from other fingerprint scanners. While they only allow users access to information stored on one computer, Imprint allows access to all of the user's web accounts on any computer.
Other fingerprint scanners also require a complicated setup process on every new computer. A user only needs to set up Imprint once, and then it works on any computer.
Our only major competitor is MyID Key. They do not automatically input their username and password like Imprint. MyID Key is also more complicated to use and costs significantly more than Imprint.
Our target market is consumers in the US. There is a population of 314 million people. 254 million people use the internet. A study by Ponemon Institute found that half of internet users couldn't log into their accounts due to a forgotten password. If half of all users in the US have this problem, our target market is 127 million people.
In order to reach this massive market, we will sell Imprint on the internet. Sites like Kickstarter, Amazon, eBay, and our own site will allow us to easily sell units. We also plan to have Imprint sold in stores.
Promotion of Imprint will start with a Kickstarter campaign. Kickstarter is a great place for startup companies to gain recognition, startup companies with innovative ideas to gain recognition and funding. We will also use YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media sites to spread the word and interact with potential customers.
One unit is defined as a single imprint. We're estimating that it will cost $61 to produce each imprint. We'll earn a $36 profit per unit.
We will begin shipments of imprints to Kickstarter backers in September and to the general public in October. We expect to sell 100 devices for our Kickstarter campaign and then see sales increase as Kickstarter and social media help us gain recognition.
The four main parts of single units are the injection mold casing, the printed circuit board, the fingerprint scanner module, and the LED display. Together, these parts make up the cost of material of a single unit.
Our monthly operating cost will be $360. This is a combination of $350 for product liability insurance and $10 for web hosting for our website.
We expect to sell 100 units of Imprint in the month of September from a Kickstarter campaign. Our total cost of goods sold for the month will be $6,200, and our total sale will be $9,800. We expect to gain a net profit of $2,400.
In 2014, we expect to sell 535 units of Imprint. Our total cost of goods sold will be $33,000. Our total sales will be $52,000, with a net profit after tax of $11,300.
We'll need $7,300 to start Wave. This includes registration of doing business as, a fee for the YEA trade show, 2 months of insurance, a prototyping cost, and our initial manufacturing costs.
Most of our funding will come from our Kickstarter campaign. We're hoping to generate $5,500 or more in backing from the campaign. In addition, we are contributing $800 from our own money and $200 from relatives. We are asking for $1,000 from investors to cover the DBA, promotional items, and prototyping costs. Thank you for considering WAVE.
Live outside the box.
Okay, Dylan and Jimmy, thank you very much. Let's see if the panel has any questions for you. Claire has a question.
Excellent presentation. I'd like to know where you're going to be manufacturing and who will be manufacturing the device.
Right now we're looking at PCB Assembly Express for our printed circuit boards. We still need to find a manufacturer for our casing, but we're working on that. And also we're getting our supplies from DigiKey and SparkFun and ADH Tech, which makes our fingerprint scanners.
So how will that affect your bottom line?
So we base our pricing for injection mold casing off of an average of looking at various different companies, and then we'll select a company that works best for us once we have the finished plans.
So you're outsourcing.
Right.
Ralph?
Okay, I have just two questions. One is, you talked about patent. Now, you're going to start selling this without a patent application on file?
Okay. Patenting, when we start our Kickstarter campaigns, we will have a title called patent pending, which is to apply for the provisional patent. When we apply for it, the moment that we pay the amount, the money, we'll get the patent. We get the title as patent pending. Therefore, nobody will ever steal our design.
Right, so we have a year with this patent pending status where nobody can take our idea, because if they apply for a patent, then we can say, no, we have this, and we can file a lawsuit. So we're protected for a year, and then after that year, we will have the funding to apply for an actual patent.
Okay. My other question is, if you lose your imprint device, what happens to all the logins that you had on the device? You have to set up a new imprint device?
The way it works is we will be telling users to back up their information. So all of the information is encrypted. So the information on the device will also be stored on perhaps a USB flash drive that's kept in a safe place, or on the person's computer, also encrypted. And the only way to get to this data is with the encryption key provided with your imprint. So only you can get into that data.
Thank you. Good presentation.
Dean, you have a question?
Yeah, we have two guys going to the NSA. That's what I'm thinking. What I'd like to find out, where do you see this evolve? You know, with technology, you know, the obsolescence going very rapidly. Where do you see you guys being in business in 5 years?
Do you want to take? I'll take it. Year one, we'll start our Kickstarter campaign, and we'll finish our first manufacturing, and we started selling that. Year two, after we first start our manufacturing, it costs. We start a website, and we start our own office where we can operate over the entire internet. As a fact, year three, we're hoping to have a team. Have like a few people on payroll that will actually work for us in the sense that they will help us and create way more than they will give us professional technologies that we can get access to because we're still high schoolers. Year four, we're getting to the point where we will start selling from state to state. That means that we'll apply for like when we are starting selling from New York, we can only sell in New York. When we sell in other states, we have to apply for the permission to sell in other states. Year five, we sell all over the entire U.S.
Thank you very much.
Solomon?
You guys work very well together. Great presentation. Going back to the funding that's needed to start this venture, you mentioned Kickstarter, right? Can you explain that? Like, that $5,800, where are you going to get that, and what happens if you don't get it? How do you actually get that $1,500? What happens if you come short or you don't get it?
So the way Kickstarter works is certain companies that need startup funds will post their campaign. They set a time limit. So, for example, we might have 30 days to reach our goal. we set a goal, and that goal would be $5,500, as was shown in our PowerPoint. And basically, we have different pledge levels. So if someone pledges $10, for example, we will send them a keychain that obviously costs less than $5. But then there are different pledge levels. So if they pledge $100, we'll send them an imprint. If they pledge $500, we send them a personalized imprint. And then it goes on. So companies get this funding before they actually sell a product. And so in these 30 days, people will pledge a certain amount, and then they'll gain that money. And by the end, if you don't hit your goal, then you don't get the funding. You can always try again. And if you do, then you get that money. You can start using it immediately and working on your business.
I want to add on that. If we did not get our funding, like time and time ago, we still get that. I would actually input my own money when like I believe me and my partner both would input our own resource and like our energy, our passion, because this is our passion. We want to put this into our this project, this company is the thing that we want to work on. So I think we'll succeed because we'll try and try and try again.
How old are you guys?
I'm 16 and Jimmy?
16.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for all our presenters tonight. Some really good stuff out there. And I also want to acknowledge another student who wasn't on the stage tonight, but he certainly played an intricate role in helping all of the presenters, John Paul Kelly. Let's hear it for John Paul. He helped bring all the items out to our judges tonight. Our investors are now going to go into a secret room in the back and deliberate. They're going to decide who to invest in, how much money they'd like to invest, and they'll announce a winner, and that winner will be moving on to another round of a competition in Rochester, New York. So let's say goodbye to our judges for now. They're going to take about 15 minutes to go deliberate. We're going to take a short break, but we will be back with our winners in just a few minutes. Okay, everybody, if you want to take a seat, we are going to continue our event tonight. The investors are back. I can tell you they have made their decision, and they are ready to announce their decision to this anxious group of young students here tonight. And to end things tonight and to announce the winners, let's hear it for Joe Doolin.
So I got to tell you, if you were in that investor panel room, we had some very, very heated discussions. That's a mild way of saying it. We're very passionate about what we get the opportunity to do. So I don't want to keep everybody too long, but I do want to make sure that we're just taking the opportunity one more time to congratulate all of our business owners. So we decided on the amount we were going to invest in each of your businesses, as well as the overall winner that we are going to send to Rochester. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to announce the name of the business, the ask the business had, and the amount the investor panel has decided to fund. And then at the end, we'll have the winner come up on the stage. So no worry fashion. Michelle had to leave early, but she was asking for $150, and the investor panel awarded $150. Nephthys Records, Adam Saeed. Adam was asking for $750. The investor panel awarded $875. Safe and Happy, Benjamin Reichman. Benjamin was asking for $982, and the investor panel awarded $275. Moet Party Planning, Moet Askew. Moet was asking $354, and we fully funded that at $350. Synergies, Danielle Almer. Did I say that right? Synergies, did I say your last name right? Almer? Danielle was asking for $1,080. The investor panel funded this business for $1,125. HK Egg Puffs, Winston Tong. Winston was asking for $710. The investor panel funded for $200. Back in Time, Nirmal and Travis were asking for $400, and the investor panel funded for $275. And Wave, Dylan and Jimmy. Dylan and Jimmy were asking for $1,000. The investor panel funded for $1,150. So outstanding job to all. We can only send one business. And the winner and heading to Rochester to represent Staten Island is Singees. Danielle Elmer, congratulations. So that concludes the night. Everybody have a great night.